What's up, guys? I'm Cole Young, and welcome to this week's episode of Range Pickers. Today, we're in South Florida. We're gonna be checking out two golf shops. One's called Planet Golf down in Miami. I'm seeing a lot of Mira stuff. And the other one is Blake's Golf Shop in Boynton Beach. Oh my God. At the end of the day, hopefully we have a pretty sick bag of golf clubs and we can go test them out at the first tee of Florida Gold Coast. Same as always, we've got $500. We're hoping to spend it on some hidden gems, see what they got. I heard there's a pretty cool relationship between the first tee and Blake's Golf Shop. I even caught wind of some pros dropping some clubs off there. So hopefully we find some tour issue stuff, and at the end of it, who knows, maybe we got some extra money, we can go to Senior Frogs. I'm Cole Young, and this is Range Pickers. Hey man, what's going on?
How's it going?
I'm Cole.
I'm Rafa.
Nice to meet you, dude.
Welcome to Planet Golf.
Thank you so much. So how long has Planet Golf been here?
So we've been here for about 14 years.
Cool.
So my uncle and my dad are the owners. They've been doing it for about 38 years. And yeah, man, we all take pride in what we do, and we love golf. We're all huge golfers.
For sure. So if you don't mind, if you take a look behind me.
Let's do it, yeah.
How do these all come into the shop? Are these like on consignment, or do you buy, sell, trade?
I would say majority is just trade-ins, honestly.
Gotcha. If there is something in here that I fall in love with, let's say with the head, but the shaft is not right, are you guys able to switch stuff out? Do you guys have a repair shop?
Oh, we can, yeah, we can. 100%. We do a lot of like custom builds as well, so we have a lot of like pull-out shafts that we have for like super dirt cheap, you know, and we don't sell online. Everything's brick and mortar, so like you can find like a lot of hidden gems in here, you know.
Amazing. I was like just eyeing these. This is a really, really cool set right here. So this is like pre-2010, pre-Groove Rule, TaylorMade rack MBTPs, which I've had a few sets throughout the years, and this is just like a really, really cool compact head shape from TaylorMade. And I love these heads, but I'm seeing that you guys have these UST Pro Force 95 graphite shafts in them, which is so funny because like this head just screams player.
Yeah, it doesn't.
And then this shaft
screams like slow speed.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
no
Exactly.
distance,
So maybe it's just like some 95-year-old fart that just like strikes it.
Yeah, and he's just like, I want these, or it's just a guy says, I want blades. You
Yeah.
can't hit them. You know?
Exactly.
I see that a lot too, honestly.
Yeah, but this is a set that's pitching wedge through 3-iron, full set, and we are looking at $349.99. I feel like that's gonna eat up a lot of the budget there.
Sure.
$350 out of 500 is gonna be a little tricky, but there's still plenty of other stuff in here.
What else do you like? Those Callaways are nice
The
too.
Callaways are sick. I'm freaking out over these. I know we started talking about the
I'm showing
irons,
you a bunch
but
of
like,
gems right now,
dude,
man. You're just...
These are insane. These are Mura driving irons. These are the Structure of Inner Cavity by Mura, the MG ICL 601. If this is the same price as this one, which I'm thinking it is, $89.99.
Yeah, but there's only a couple, and that's back in the day. Those are just ball speed mirrors first, like.
This is so sick. So this comes with a Aerotech steel fiber, 80 gram stiff flex shaft, but this is like a graphite shaft with the bend profile of a steel shaft.
Correct.
Pretty cool.
Steel and graphite mesh. Yeah, we do really good with those shafts. I think fittings, those fit really good.
Super forgiving. I mean, it's like, you know, when you think Mura, you think baby blades, you think like hard to hit. This has a ton of offset on it. And this is a 20 degree, so it's gonna be kind of like a strong 3-iron.
Yeah.
Which got me thinking, because I really want to build a bag around this thing. Super cool. I actually did kind of have my eyes on this set right here. So this is a set of TaylorMade
old school
300 forged irons. They are a little pre-loved.
Yeah.
These are soft forged metal, so obviously over years the bag chatter, they could get some, you know, patina on them. But this is a set that's 5 through pitching wedge, rifle flighted 6.0 steel shafts in them. All right, I feel super good about this. So this is gonna be, wait, where's the price on this? $199.99. So we're at 200 there. This is gonna be $90. So
What'd you-
$280.
We're gonna do it for 70.
Oh, are we?
Come on, we're gonna wheel and deal here.
Okay.
That's how we do it.
Let's take a look at some putters real quick because I feel like what the putter ends up being is going to heavily
I want to
dictate.
show you one that I have on the putting green as well.
Okay.
I've been like really killing it with these lab putters, man. This is like the talk of the golf industry right now.
Oh yeah,
people
you got
come
a ton
in.
of them.
We have like a couple customers that like every week they're just buying new clubs and trading in.
For sure.
Like,
Well, what's this thing? This is like the new.
This
is the blade.
Yes,
which
the blade.
is really sick. So the thing with lab is zero torque, right?
Yeah.
So like no balance point or anything like that. And I think like the average putter just like kind of wants to gate or swing like that. And this is like meant to just go straight back and straight forward. Which means you never miss a putt, right?
Yeah.
Guaranteed miss.
No, you don't miss. Guaranteed. Hey, good putt there.
This thing is pretty
Good
sick,
from
but it
the-
is $249.99, so I don't know if it's gonna fall within our price range. But lab putters
That putters are killing
is
it though.
pretty sick, just considering how new they are and how much success they've had out on
Yeah.
tour. I think everybody's
It's
really
unbelievable.
interested in them.
It's the most impressive.
So these look like mostly new putters. Is there a wall of like used putters?
Yeah, there is. This is like my new putters and like used putters that are barely used. So
Okay.
I have a wall of used ones.
Sick. Oh, we're going back to the wall.
Going back to the wall.
Okay.
The famous wall.
Oh my God. This thing is so cool. So this is Scotty Cameron Studio Stainless.
Every year and a half they come out with, a new one milled like that. And I think the putters now are a little heavier, but those are just so solid.
Yeah.
Like Tiger Woods used his putter to win, I think, almost every single major except
every
for
major
one.
except for one.
Yeah.
But this one is really cool because it's got this beached sole, which is like kind of a sound slot or like kind of takes some weight away from the face and should give it a little bit of like a lighter, like crispier sound. This one is so cool.
Where are we at right now? 270?
Yeah, this is 150. Oh, and it has no sight line on it.
We'll do it for 125.
I don't think I'm leaving here without this thing. Can we roll one real quick with it?
Yeah, of course. You make it, you buy it. There you go.
All right, dude, I feel like we're in a really good spot here. This is definitely the marquee item. This is a Scotty Cameron Studio Stainless. Newport with the beach sole. That's coming at $149.99. And then I've got our meat and potatoes of the set right here. This is gonna be a tailor-made set, 300 forged irons. That is 5 through pitching wedge. And it looks like we have a price of $199.99 on those. And then the last club that we're gonna be picking up is this Mura ICL 601 driving iron with the Aerotech steel fiber shaft in it. That one right there is $79.99. So we are at a total of,
We're at 420.
so
I could do everything all in for 350.
350?
350. How's that? How's that sound? Come on.
Wheel and dealer. All right, dude, 350. I got you right here. Out of 1, 2. I'll give you the blue faces.
Old school cash.
There you
Yeah, that's
go.
what I'm talking about.
That's 400 right there.
Old school. We don't see that as much anymore.
All right, dude.
Awesome.
Thank you
Yeah.
so much. Here, I'm gonna put this down so I don't get that one all dinged up.
Perfect. No, thank you. We greatly appreciate you coming here.
Oh,
Seriously,
dude,
man.
thank you again.
Thank you,
Can't wait
dude.
to come back.
Thank you
again.
so much.
Appreciate
Yeah,
you.
man.
We'll see you
Thank
around.
you so
all
much.
right?
Yeah,
All
100%.
right, take care.
Thank you.
Hey, how's it going?
Doing all right.
I'm Cole.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Blake,
Yeah.
the
Yep.
Blake.
Yeah, this is it.
Oh my gosh,
My
so
golf
nice to
shop.
meet you.
Yeah,
Thank
nice
you
to
so
meet
much
you
for
too.
having us.
Glad to have you. We got all sorts of cool stuff. So
How long have
Hopefully,
you been here in this location?
we've been here a year and a half, so the beginning of 2023. But we've been a business since 2016.
Right on.
And,
is it primarily used stuff?
Primarily used, but we're
Mm-hmm.
getting more into the new. We kind of want to try to cover both ends. You know?
We just came from Miami, and we did use a little bit of our budget up there.
Okay.
But I don't want to cloud my judgment too much. I'm open to seeing everything.
All right.
We did pick up a putter, a set of irons, and then a driving iron. So we are kind of in the market for a driver and a wedge.
Definitely, I think we can find you something
Okay,
good.
cool.
That'll
I'll follow
work
you.
for Okay.
I am not technically in the market for a putter, but
Kind of a unique one I wanted to show
I was
you.
gonna say, how is this not like in a shadow box, like above everything?
Yep, that's the Arnold Plumber.
Oh my God. Oh, it
1970
actually has like a
Yeah.
name tag on it, Arnold
Yep,
Plumber.
Yep, 1974.
Holy mackerel.
You could drain a lot of putts with that thing.
This is a pretty good training area. This is a really small surface area.
Yeah.
What is this, like a D3, D4 swing weight?
Yeah, it's
Holy cow, can we roll one real quick?
absolutely.
Where did you find this one?
That's the first tee donation. Yeah, see?
Oh no. You know the rule, right? You make it, you buy it?
Yeah, I think so.
Wait, okay, so this is a first tee donation, so you
Yes.
work a lot with first tee.
Yes, we've been working with them since 2016. Basically, we get a lot of their donations. You know, a lot of the stuff is adult stuff, and you know they're not hitting adult drivers, and so
Sure.
and we sell them, and then they can use the money to buy thousands of dollars of U.S. kids clubs for
Yeah.
kids and for veterans and all that. So
Nice. I'm actually gonna set this aside because I really like that one.
yeah,
I also saw something that caught my eye. This is pretty cool. I could kind of tell that this is an Odyssey.
yeah,
What almost feels like an armpit putter, you know? Like
That's
it's like a arm lock, but it's super, super long.
yep. That's the
And
one.
it's got,
yeah, that was donated by Ernie Els.
is that, I was gonna say, is that who I
Yeah,
think it is?
Yep, yep.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Okay,
right
so does
there.
this happen a lot? You get some like,
Yeah.
we're close enough to Jupiter where like
Yeah,
all the pros live.
We've gotten tons of donations from Ernie Els, Mark Calcavecchia, Jesper Parnevik,
wow.
Bernhard Langer over the years.
Wow, so this was used by Ernie Els.
Yes.
I think it even
God.
has a sticker there.
Yeah, sticker here.
Yep, and the stamp. And the
I
lead.
like the stamp
And the lead
in the
tape.
lead tape.
Yep.
We often gravitate towards clubs with lead tape because we kind of just assumed the person that owned it before
Yeah.
kind of knew what they were doing.
Right,
It's like a little
absolutely.
secret of the pros.
Yep, yep.
I don't want to lose focus here. I'm definitely going to like focus all my time in this area. So why don't we
Yep.
move on? I'd love to take a look at the drivers if we could.
Let's go.
Wow.
Yeah, check this one out. Donated from Jesper Parnevik.
Oh, no way.
Yep, that's a Jesper Parnevik one.
Wow. See? Lead tape. They knew what they were doing.
Yep, absolutely.
Nice little bore through action right here. So this is a Big Bertha Hawkeye Pro Series from Callaway, probably in the early 2000s.
1999, 2000.
I've never
Might be
seen one that
2001.
says VFT Tour on the toe, though. That's pretty cool.
Yep.
This is outfitted with a Fujikura Fit-On X-Flex shaft. Pretty standard shaft for that era. This thing is really cool. So the lead tape on the heel would actually make the toe lighter, so he was looking to kind of turn it over a little bit.
Yep, yep.
Super, super cool. So green dot is for location or like, you know, where the donation came from.
Yes, exactly.
Where
That's-
the funds go.
Yep, that's the green dots are for Palm Beach County First Tee.
Gotcha.
So
I see some of them
yeah.
have prices on it though. This one does not have a price.
Yeah, some of the things we don't have prices on it, but we were looking for 75 for that one.
Okay, cool.
Um,
So we got a driving iron. I don't know if we're looking for a fairway wood.
okay.
And the MacTech kind of has my eye. So does this though. The shaft is in here. So this is the Callaway Big Bertha C4 driver. And if you could see some of the details, this is like basically the original TaylorMade Stealth. This was all carbon fiber, all composition or comp top. This was like insanely inconsistent. They had like a really small sweet spot and it was hot when you hit it in the middle, but the rest of it was just like
Yeah.
all over the place.
Yeah, definitely a players club.
Do you have a
Yeah.
price on this guy?
Got the C4 there. 60 bucks.
60 bucks?
Yeah.
This might be the one. Do you mind if we hit this? Is there someone in
Absolutely.
the hitting bay?
It's not a C4, but it's another one from Parnevik.
Oh.
Yeah. Same thing with the lead tape.
go, go, go. We're into the oldies. This is probably more our speed just because it's the precursor to this guy. This one featured an entirely carbon fiber body and face. Kind of predates like the stealth technology. I think maybe we had fallen out of love with that feeling, and we went back to a metal face, or I believe a steel face in this one. But it also featured the carbon fiber composite kind of body, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but I kind of like this one better.
Yeah, that's actually another one from Jesper Parnevik.
Oh, it is?
So, yeah.
Oh, no kidding.
Got the lead tape
Yeah.
as discussed.
Okay,
Yeah,
and this one also has
solid
the
club.
Fujikura Fit-On 11.6 driver shaft. This is an X-Flex.
Yep.
This thing felt really good.
Yep.
Did you have a price set on this one?
$50.
Okay. This might be the one.
There you go.
So we got 150 minus this for the 50 would be $100 left in the budget.
All right.
I would love to check out some of your wedges.
Absolutely. Right around the corner.
Okay. I'm gonna
Take
put
a
this
look.
one back.
Yeah, right there's great.
My eyes are just immediately drawn to all the rust buckets. These look so
all
cool.
all these raw steel ones. They
Yep.
were tour issue Callaway wedges.
Yep.
So you'll find some cool ones there.
In California, it's pretty hard to get the wedges to rust because it's so dry there.
Right.
You get the humidity here. You
Yep.
practice it in the backyard. You leave it out for one night. The thing is just looks like you pulled it off the Titanic.
Yep, it's amazing how quick it happens.
These are pretty cool.
We got a 54 and a 58 set. Yeah, we got wedge sets up here.
Like this.
52, 60.
This looks like 97 for both of them.
Yeah.
If they're taped together, this is
Yep.
like a, I believe, Roger Cleveland era Callaway.
Yep.
Forged plus non-conforming grooves, but these are really, really cool shape. I'm into these. Whoa. Whoa. How about these? Ooh, with V55 grips on them
man.
too.
Yep.
So you can't just focus on the shaft or the head. You gotta
Right.
look at the grip too.
Tour
So these are
issue
tour
shaft.
issue S400s.
Yep.
V55s, very cool start. These look like modern era RTX wedges, which would be conforming grooves.
Yep.
Oh my God, they're like brand new. I mean, look how much life is in those grooves right there.
Yep. I'm pretty sure that those are Bernhard Langer donated as well. I could tell by the grips. If the grip is set a little weak.
How
but
did you know that? They're definitely like,
Yeah, all the grips
you know
were set
what's
a little weak.
really cool too? On this 56, there is some significant heel leading edge relief. So when you set it down, the whole groove looks almost wide open. Do you
Yeah.
actually mind if we take them out of the tape?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay,
Yep.
cool. This is a 56 and 60 combo, which would fit our set very nicely.
Yep.
There is
Grip's weak, right?
a reminder in the grip,
Yeah.
which is pretty cool. And that grip is very weak. That's sitting wide open.
No, it's absolutely
Okay.
for me.
This thing is so cool. I don't even know how you could like show the camera this, but if this is straight up and down, that leading edge, look how much closer the end of this leading edge groove is to the other side of the leading edge.
Cool.
Wow. Did you have a price on these by chance?
We would do 100 for the two.
You serious?
Yeah.
I mean, these might be the winners right here. To come to Blake's and get a driver from Jesper and some wedges from Bernhard Langer, kind of what the whole
Can't beat it.
show's about. Dang, I mean, I'm gonna have a look around a little bit and see
Yeah.
if we're leaving anything on the table, but I
Yeah.
feel pretty confident in this getup right here.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you don't mind, I would love to just kind of peruse. Carbites, we got Edels, we got Cobras, Tuttles. PAL 2F. Damn! This is like the best selection that we've had probably the whole show. These are single irons. These are all like non-name brand. I'm not leaving until every single club is looked at. You guys can go home. Blake, pretty stoked on what we got here. We got a Callaway ERC Fusion driver. It's a 9.5 degree. This is coming in right at $50.
Yep.
Okay, we'll put that there.
All right.
And then here we've got a set, a 60 degree and a 56 degree. These are Cleveland 588 Rotex wedges. These are also a donation going to the first tee, rather.
Oh, yep, first tee Broward.
And we're doing 100 for both of these.
100 for both, yep.
So we are fitting right into our budget of $500 for the day.
Perfect.
Right there.
Much appreciated.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank
really
you.
Appreciate you
Yeah.
showing us around. We're super
absolutely.
stoked.
It's great.
You got to tell us, so we're in the neighborhood, we got some clubs to test out. You were mentioning First Tee earlier. Is there a spot that's like kind of...
Yeah, they have a big facility up north at Dyer Park.
Okay.
So I can get you in touch with them and
Sweet.
set you up. Probably get you out there first thing in the morning or whenever works best for you guys.
Killer, yeah, let's do it. All right, guys, we made it to the first tee. Yesterday, we picked up some pretty cool golf clubs, some of which are actually kind of donations or some way tied to the first tee. So pretty excited to be here and test them out. Hello,
Hey,
how you doing? I'm Cole.
great to see you.
Nice to
Welcome,
meet ya.
man.
Tell me a little bit more about the first tee and what's been located here for how many years?
So we built this facility in 2000. Pretty unique situation to do this. We're on top of a closed landfill, so it's a great opportunity to reuse, the land. It's perfect for golf. It happened to be flat enough. And right down the road is the VA hospital.
Okay.
So when we built this, we started working with veterans with disabilities. And then in 2009, we became the First Tee chapter serving Palm Beaches and now Palm Beach, Broward, Martin, and St. Lucie County.
Well, we're really, really happy to be here. Thank you so much. We're lucky to have friends at Blake's Golf Shop that kind of
Sure.
set this all up. There were some clubs that we picked up that were donated from former PGA pros, and we'd love to just know a little bit more about that relationship.
So we started the club jives to really introduce First Tee to all of the private country clubs, not really knowing what we were going to do with the clubs. We thought we were going to give the clubs to the kids, but we ended up getting so many clubs, and to cut them down and re-grip them for a kid, very time-consuming, expensive, and the weight gets off.
Totally.
So we said, you know what? Let's try and sell the adult-size clubs and use the dollars and the proceeds to buy tens of thousands of dollars of U.S. kids clubs and also to fund programs for the kids and the veterans. And that's kind of how it started. We didn't really know what we were getting into, and now it's morphed into this.
And then you also mentioned there's a par 3 course out there?
Yes, we did a renovation of the whole facility, and when I did it, we put a 9-hole par 3 course in the middle of the range. The biggest question is, how can you have a 9-hole course in the middle of the driving range? It's not going to get killed. We're not open to the public in the sense that you can't buy a bucket of balls here.
Right.
You have to be a child or a veteran in the program. And we're basically scheduling blocks.
Right on. Well, I would love to go check it out if you'll have us.
Absolutely. Come take a look. There's probably some kids out there hitting balls right now, too.
Sweet. We got the driving range right here, and the first hole looks like it goes out this way. It looks pretty pure out here.
Yeah, so here's number 1. You can see the tee markers right there.
Okay.
And you see the walk path. So the blue flags are the par 3 course.
Okay.
And the red flags are the target greens. And the yellow flags are a 10-yard increment wedge short game area.
Oh, sweet.
And then obviously we got a 300-yard driving range, double-ended with 4 real putting greens.
Awesome.
And bunkers and everything, so the kids can work on every aspect of their game. So you got 2 behind you, 2 of our high school kids. Zoe's a senior, is now a D1 golf commit to the University of Tulsa. Real excited about that. And then Jordan is playing high school golf. He's a sophomore at Jupiter High. They're the #1 team in the state. So now he's got 2 years to get to where Zoe is.
Incredible. Well, if you don't mind, I would love to get out there with them.
Go check it out. Don't challenge them to any long drive contest.
I'm not. Thank you so much again.
Absolutely.
Appreciate you.
Great to have you here.
All right, guys, we are here on the practice tee at the first tee. The guys over here were very, very sweet and gracious enough to let us get some range time, as well as maybe sneak out and play some holes at the par 3. I think the longest hole in the par 3 course is, I think 138 on the card, but they said they could stretch it out to be like 180. So we are going to be testing out some of the wedges and the shorter clubs on the par 3, but for now we are testing the iron set that we picked up at Planet Golf in Miami. These are the TaylorMade 300 forged irons. This kind of like is a pretty forgiving like player, I'm not gonna say player improvement iron set, because those kind of didn't really exist during this era of like when these clubs came out. But there is some nice perimeter weighting on it, and there is like a little like muscle right behind where the hitting area is for the ball. So they should have a little jump. They're in decent condition. There are like this right here is like a ding mark from like using the loft and lie machine. But we picked these up for 150 bucks, I think, and super solid set. Classic TaylorMade shape. I feel like this was before they started going a little shorter toe to heel, so this has kind of got like a bigger playing profile. While it is kind of a, I guess, somewhat of a blade, it's still pretty forgiving. We've also got these rifle precision flighted shafts in them. This is a 6.0 stiff flex shaft. They honestly might be a little over length. I'm kind of feeling like a little further away from the ball with the 8 iron, but all in all, just like a really solid set. We got 5-through pitching wedge to make room for the driving iron that we picked up, but let's give it a test. So that one was carrying 140. Stopped at 143. I feel like we hit the 8 iron a little further than that, to be honest, but we are in like 9,000 RPMs a spin. That was like dead on line with everything. I think only 7 yards right. That's pretty flush. Consistent numbers. 143 carry, 147 total. TaylorMade forging is just like pretty solid through these years, even though like a lot of people suspect that TaylorMade was outsourcing to Mura for a bit to forge some of the irons. I think that's like a myth that's yet to be busted, you know? So yeah, we'll hit one more and then we'll move on to a longer club. Okay, pretty solid. Same exact numbers, 143 in the air, 148 total. We will take it. Bump up to the 5 iron. Feels so good. I was about to blame the technology on what we were hitting with the 8 iron, but maybe the 8 iron is just crazy weak. This is about what I would hit my 5 iron. 188 in the air, 197 on the ground, 4,600 RPMs a spin. Let's rule out any outliers right now. Maybe there's just like a 30-yard gap between the 7 iron and the 9 iron, you know? Little toe chunk, still flying really nice. I think another thing to remember is that these grooves are pre-2010, so they're gonna be square grooves. Ball's obviously gonna fly a little different. That was 190 in the air, 197 total. I might go up to that 7 iron. I just want to see that 8 iron should be going legit like 10 yards further. So I wonder if it's just like really weak. Wow, that was stepped on. 186 in the air, 195 total. We're gonna pull the 9 iron and the 7 iron out and figure out what went wrong with the 8 iron. I have a sneaking suspicion that this goes the same distance as the 8 iron. It's not a service that every single shop will have or offer, but if you are buying used clubs, it might be nice to check if, you know, your loft and lie, see if they're all the same. If I bought this set off the rack and we're just like assuming the 8 iron's super weak, it might screw you up a bit. So always good to get your loft and lie checked every once in a while. Uh-huh. 135 in the air on the 9 iron. So we have like almost, yeah, like less than a 10-yard gap between the 8 and the 9. And then if this is anything bigger than 10 yards, 15 yards, we would assume that the 8 is weak. Now we're talking. 7-iron, 163 in the air, 166 on the ground. 8-iron was carrying like 143. Legit, 20 yards shorter. $158 in the air, 64 on the ground. So, what are you gonna do? Super, super stoked to hit this. This is our Mura driving iron. It's the ICL 601. I really don't see these under $250. Sometimes they're on like eBay or something like that with no shaft, just the head. And that's even 250 bucks. So we picked this up for, I believe, $80. And it comes with a Aerotech steel fiber, 80 gram stiff flex shaft. Super, super cool build. Shaft could be a little heavier, honestly, but this is supposed to be steel bend profile with like the properties of a graphite shaft. So couldn't really set up better for like a pretty forgiving driving iron. This has a ton of offset on it. So we picked this up because our set only went to 5 through pitching wedge, you know? So there's a little bit of a gap between what would have been our 3-wood had we bought one, but this kind of is a nice progression into like what could be considered a wood, but a little more versatile. You could hit some stingers, you could hit this off the tee, you could hit this off the deck. I would like this to go about 200 yards, so let's hope it does. It's pretty hot. 207 in the air, 222 total. Kind of hit it a little bit in the forehead, so it was like a little low. Wow, this thing is so sick. 94 in the air, 208 total. It's kind of doing what we needed to do, especially for this set. I think this was a good pickup. The shaft is a lot lower launching than I kind of expected it to be. But it feels really good. That's another low one. 206 in the air, 222 total. I'm a little scared that we're gonna hit this driver next and this thing's still gonna go further. Let's see if I can grab some tees. Early 2000s Callaway ERC Fusion driver. This was the generation after that C4 driver that we tested out at Blake's, which we really liked because it was like all carbon fiber. This one, they kind of dialed the tech back because they were like, maybe we're not ready for all carbon fiber. So this is a comp top driver and like full body, but it still has like a steel or metal face and kind of like skeleton. I think it's kind of one of the cooler sounding drivers out there. It's an added bonus that this is donated to the First Tee by Jesper Parnevik, according to Blake. And it's got a fit on Fujikura X-Flex shaft. This is the BT46. We were kind of hitting some dingers in the simulator, so it'll be cool to see it in the air outside. Really good look at our dress. Funny thing about Jesper, he just never used head cover, so this has just got dings all over the top of it, but adds character. Dude, see, I was hitting all sorts of shots in the simulator. I knew that was gonna go dead straight off rip. That was 260 in the air, 275 on the ground, 2,800 RPMs of spin. That's pretty optimal. 103 club head speed. Still have a Cuban sandwich in my stomach, so that might be slowing me down. Who knows? There we go. A little lower, 256 total. I'm sorry, 256 on the ground, 274 total. Still am getting nice spin numbers, but that only launched 12.5 degrees. For that sort of spin, we would be looking for like maybe 14 degrees of launch. Big miss hit. We'd be lying to the folks at home if we talked about the forgiveness of this driver, but that was pretty forgiving. I think I hit that there, and it was only 10 yards left of line. 269 total, 2,100 RPMs of spin. 254 in the air, 268 on the ground, 3,000 RPMs of spin, probably because I hit down on it. But it's moving pretty good, and that's 104 mile per hour club head speed. Not a show about excuses, but if there was a better grip on it, I'd probably be like, I don't know, 60 yards further, so just kidding. Time to rate the clubs. The irons that we ended up getting from Planet Golf in Miami, they're really solid. I'm gonna give them a B rating. I would have liked to have checked the loft and lie of these clubs prior to purchasing, but that's not always the case or not possible, you know? You don't buy a used car without doing the pre-purchase inspection, so just make sure you take a look at them. We learned this in another episode. We bought a driver with a huge crack in the face of it, so we were hitting the 8-iron significantly shorter than normal, like pretty much to the point where it's like missing the gap between the 9 and the 7. But everything else feels really good, and we got that for a decent price. I think we got those for 150 bucks, 5-3 pitching wedge. And the reason that we got them is because it fit the set makeup so well, because we really wanted to get this Mura driving iron. This is the ICL 601. It's a 20-degree driving iron. It comes with this Aerotech steel fiber, kind of like hybrid graphite hybrid shaft, or a hybrid steel shaft. We were hitting this pretty much on the money. This was like anywhere from my 200 to 210, 220 club. We hit it pretty low. I don't know if that has anything to do with the shaft. The head just might be low launching, but it's a pretty cool, versatile club. I'll give this a B+, A-. Let's give it an A. The driver's pretty cool looking. The driver sounds cool. The lore is cool. The fact that it was Jesper Parnevik's driver and that it is a benefit to the first tee. But it's a little squirrely. It's pretty low launching. The spin numbers were great, but it was really hard to get the launch above 12 degrees, and I think the ball was kind of just like falling out of the air. It's such a small, compact head that the center of gravity is probably pretty close to the face. All these new modern era drivers, they kind of have like this tailing off profile to just get basically the center of gravity over here rather than over here, which helps you hit the ball higher. Definitely a cool club, just not quite an A club. I'm gonna give it a C. I was gonna give it a C+ off performance, but it's still Jesper Parnevik's driver, so we'll give it a B-. Super cool. And now time to rate the short clubs, which we're gonna go over to the par 3 course to check out. Really excited to hit these. These are the Bernhard Langer Cleveland 588 RTX wedges. We'll go talk about that over there. All right, we are at the first tee of the first tee. 111 yard par 3. We scooped 2 really cool wedges from Blake's Golf Shop. These are special because they are a first tee donation. And these clubs were formerly in the hands of a pretty well-known tour player named Bernhard Langer. Some cool quirks to these clubs. They are just like total rust buckets. Some people think that rust adds friction. Friction means spin. There's also some lead tape behind the hitting area, which kind of feels like it adds a bit more of a punch. 2 custom things here. There's a decent amount of like grinding happening right here. So if you can see from address, there's a decent bit of like a little gooseneck hosel action going right there. And I wish you guys could see the address of the club, but it almost looks like the grooves are just like a little offset just because of the heel relief here. And then another interesting part of the clubs, both the 56 and the 60 include these Golf Pride V55 grips, kind of like a vintage throwback grip, but they're set so weak. And so when you grip it, you know, square on like that, the club sits open a decent amount. So pretty cool to see like pros' preferences. Not every day you get to hold a tour player's club in your hand. So 111 yards, we get the 56, a little into the wind. Grass is a little damp. We are gonna try to shallow this one out so I do not take up all of the grass. And we made it to the putting surface. Like not a huge like Cleveland wedge guy. I get the sense that they're sometimes on the heavier side and like some TaylorMade wedges, some Vokey wedges. They kind of just like set up looking like the rest of your iron set. So I like that you can hit full swings with clubs like 56 and 52, but I've never felt like Cleveland wedges were really intended to be swung like at 100%. They're more just like kind of finesse clubs. So for me to like hit a 56, 111 yards there, which kind of looks like we ended up being about 8 yards short of the pin, not the green. Pretty impressed. Especially with that leading edge being kind of ground off on the heel side, you just don't really know how it's gonna interact with the turf. I think the winner of this trip may have been the Scotty Cameron Studio Stainless Newport Beach putter. It fits my eye great. It's got the round bumpers that we love so much. It has no sight line, which is a pretty cool excuse for when you're putting bad. And then it's got this floating face kind of, well, Ping called it a floating face. Scotty called it a beach sole. Kind of gives it a different sound at impact. And we got this for $125. I really just don't see Scotty Cameron's, this one in particular, under 250 bucks. So I feel like we saved a decent amount of money. And the cool thing about our Scotty Camerons is that they just generally increase in value. So definitely a good investment, you know? We don't know what the stimp reading is on these. So it looks a little slow. Ow! And we'll tap that in for our par. Onward. So we spoke to Carl earlier, and like he said, this is kind of not open to the public. And through Blake at Blake's Golf Shop, we got a pretty lucky invite over here. There is a set course design. We just played the first hole. We're now on the second tee, but I figure what the hell, since we're the only people out here, we can kind of mix and match. I think I want to go to the 8th green over there to test out our pitching wedge. That is part of our TaylorMade 300 set. I have no idea how far it is, but we're gonna just guesstimate about 125. We're gonna try to hit a little tight draw up against the wind. And yeah. So our guess was about maybe 60 yards off. I just airmailed that green. But the good news is we are gonna be able to use the 60 degree to go try to get out of this bunker I think I'm in. So let's go. We are in a bunker. We have a 60 degree. It's got 12 degrees of bounce. The sand here in Florida is pretty beachy feeling, like pretty damp and not so much like marbly, it's kind of sandy. We're hoping to use some bounce here. Got this about 2 cups out on the right. There we go. All right, guys, that's it. That's our episode of Range Pickers. Special thanks to the First Tee. Special thanks to Blake's. Special thanks to Planet Golf. We had a great time here in South Florida testing out the golf clubs. I think we got some good ones. We got some ones. I'm really hyped on the putter. I'm really hyped on the 2 wedges we got from Bernard. The driver from Jesper might need some work, but you know what? It doesn't make him a bad person. I would give most everything a B- rating. We saved a decent chunk of change getting this thing from Planet Golf, and we saved a decent chunk of change getting those wedges from Blake. So thank you again to everybody that made this episode possible. We'll see you next time.